Hello and welcome to my 100 subscriber special. Yeah, my first YouTube milestone, so I thought let's upgrade the quality again. So I bought a Panasonic G7, so we go from this to this. I was thinking like, what can I do for my 100 subscriber special? And then I thought like 85% of you guys are new because you almost all came in through the Smash C videos. So I thought let's just go into the history of this channel, why I started it and what I want to do with the channel, since not many of you know, and then you know better what you can expect. So I made this channel on the 25th of February in 2013. It was just to get the name because I saw Thunderchild was already taken and I wanted to have that name. It's a reference to Jeff Wayne's musical version of The War of the Worlds from 1978. It's a rock musical, it's pretty well known, and it's the reason why I started playing music. So yeah, I wanted to have that name, and that's why I wanted to secure it just in case if I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I didn't really do anything with it. Because the first upload was the 15th of August 2014, so almost 1.5 years later. And that was a review of Batman Arkham, Assault on Arkham Asylum. And I did a review of that because I was really disappointed by that movie, and I liked the other animated movies from Warner Brothers a lot. So yeah, I didn't saw that many people talking about it, because at the time it was one of the more little animated movies that they made. So I thought just let's make a video, and I did. And yeah, it's really bad if I compare it to what I do now. Of course, everybody's first videos are. But yeah, I left it on because I think it is fun to give a watch sometimes. 2 weeks later, on the 31th of August of 2014, I made a F1 Race Stars video, and this time it was the first time that you could hear music in the intro, which was just me playing on the keyboard Eve of the War from The War of the Worlds to have the link with my nickname. I didn't use music in the first couple of videos because I originally had to just add those tones from the original song in there, but of course it got copyright striked, so I couldn't use it. But yeah, I made my own version. It was very short-lived because it wasn't exactly beautiful, but yeah, it was there. And also around that time, like maybe 2 months later, I started watching videos from Nico from Stop, Drop and Retro. I go into that now because that essentially is a huge part in why I'm doing this now. So yeah, he was very small at the time, like only 390 subscribers I think was the amount when I started watching. And I watched his indie box videos because I was interested to see his reaction since he didn't play indie games. And I just wanted to see what was in the indie boxes because back then they were really cool. And yeah, he asked me why I was always watching the indie box videos. So I explained just to see his reaction. I asked if I could send him a game, which was the Stanley Parable, because I wanted to see his reaction to that. And we started talking on Skype for like 9 hours. And yeah, since then we speak almost every week. But yeah, more about that later. So then we come to the 25th of April from 2015. So again, a jump of 6 months. And here I for the first time used my new intro, which I've been using for a very long time. And it was also the first time that I was really proud in something I did editing, and that was the intro, like how you have the Far Cry Blood Dragon title screen and then the review, and it really just looks good with the animation. Still, my voiceover is really bad, but I love that intro. And yeah, again, that's the reason why I kept it, because at a certain point I deleted most videos that were just not interesting, didn't really tell anything, and were just bad. But some videos they have some value, so I kept them. So yeah, if you go in my backlog, they are a little bit curated, but only a little bit. You will find it out very soon when you watch them. So now we make a jump to a year later after the Far Cry 3 video to the 17th of May 2016, and that's when my Wolfenstein review released. And basically that was the video where I for the first time put a lot of effort into it. Nico was always pushing me to start my own YouTube channel, to make my videos, because he didn't know that I already had a channel. And I said, after months of asking, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start making videos with actual effort put into them. At least a lot more than I used to. And yeah, the Wolfenstein video is the first one where I did that, and I think it really shows. And then on the 28th of November 2016, I made my Overwatch video, which is a little bit like an editorial. And I think still that's my best video that I've ever done. I think the editing is good, especially the little things that I did with the music I really like. And yeah, I still stand by this video, even though you can see Overwatch here, because I bought it for the 15 euros, so I bought it for the price point that I said in the video I would buy it at. Yeah, I think that's just my best video, so if you haven't seen it, please watch it, because I think it's very good.
Play of the game.
So then in December I was playing Killing Floor 2, and I was a guy that played pretty well multiplayer, like he actually gave money and I gave money to him, like he wasn't selfish. So I befriended him because I thought that's a good player to have in Killing Floor 2. And he gave me an invite to a Discord server, and I joined the Discord server in January of 2017, and that's the Computer Figure Discord server. Just a little shout out for that. If you are a game developer, or from the Game Pass, or a streamer, or a YouTuber, you can join it. Link will be in the description. I'm a moderator on that, so that's the disclaimer. But yeah, I think it's a great server. And that was the point for me when I joined that, where things started happening. I became a moderator on that Discord server, and it grew to a big server very quickly. And I made some friends there, and yeah, that would come into play later on. But first off, on the 21st of January, I started to make bundle roundup videos, and basically what those were I started looking at different bundles and deals. I tried to find the best ones and make a bundle roundup video so people won't miss the interesting ones. Unfortunately, it is a little bit short-lived. Like now I do one once every couple of months, because there just aren't a lot of good bundles anymore. But yeah, I think it was a good series and very informative, but yeah, too bad that the sales aren't as good anymore. Then on the 21st of February, I did an interview with the makers of Dystoria, Daryl and Craig. So if you want to introduce yourself real quick.
Okay, yeah, my name is Daryl Wilson, and I'm one of the developers of Dystoria, as you said.
Yeah, Craig Gerson, co-founder, co-developer.
And those guys were just really nice, and yeah, it was the first ever thing that I did with an actual developer of a game. Is that maybe something that you want to say to the viewers about Dystoria? Oh
man. Please be nice. I hope you love the game. I really hope people just enjoy it. Like, watching somebody play the video game, you know, and enjoying themselves is like the best feeling right now. I mean, it's just so satisfying, and you know, to see them reacting and being like, oh my gosh, or anything like that, you know, it's like it's an awesome feeling. So you know, I just really hope people enjoy it. So.
Yeah. Same here, yeah.
And I think it went pretty well. I'm very happy with the result. And a month later, I did the review of Historia. And yeah, that basically was my first ever game review of a game that I got for free from a developer. And yeah, soon after that I got an email from another developer who asked me if I wanted to review his game. So I did, and that's the Orbok C video. So yeah, that for me was also a milestone because that was the first ever game that got sent to me by the developer. Like the developer was the one reaching out. So yeah, I think that was pretty cool, especially for the little size that I had, like only 14 subscribers at that time. So yeah, that was just incredible. And then on the 30th of June this year, I did my Wonder Woman review, and that was the first time where you saw my complete overhaul of the channel. I made new intros in 3D, I made 3D logos, I made new 2D intros, I made an outro screen, I had new music, and that music is made by Daryl Wilson, the guy from Historia. And yeah, I think it sounds great, I think it looks great, I'm very happy with the end result. And yeah, I think I will be using this for a long time. This is like how I envisioned the intro from the start. Like this was what I wanted way back then, but I couldn't make it. So yeah, I made this myself, and yeah, I'm very happy with it. And then on the 15th of July, my Smash C prototype video came online, and that was the big break for me. That was why most people subscribed to me. And yeah, basically, I knew from the Smash C stuff that Nico was doing a little bit earlier, and when his video released, I was thinking like, all those bad developers, those bad, no, not really developers, those bad hardware makers, they all do the same things in the Kickstarter. So I thought, let's just make a couple of videos that have all those bad things that they do in them. And I made it as a joke. But while I was recording it, I was thinking like, no, this is too good to not publish on my channel. So I sent it to Nico, and he really liked it, and he also said publish it, so I did. And yeah, that are those videos that you saw, and yeah, I'm very happy that it did so well. Of course, that's probably because the comment in Nico's video and the link at the end of his videos. But yeah. So that's basically the whole history of my channel. So yeah, what I'm going to do in the future. Well, I'm still doing, I have a first impression that I'm going to do, I have a Blu-ray review that I'm going to do. So yeah, basically some reviews and just whatever is on my mind. There's also another big thing that I can't talk about at the moment. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked about the future of the channel. Yeah, I even got some of my old equipment, like this lavalier mic I haven't used in ages, the Sennheiser ME3, because it was just awful, I couldn't position it right, but I got earbuds that had a new clip, and I thought, hey, maybe that can work with positioning of the microphone. So I did that, so this is the video where I try it out, hopefully it sounded good enough. At least, but yeah, so maybe I can use that, because this is much easier to set up than a shotgun that's overhead and I need to set up every time. Yeah, the last thing, of course a huge thank you to all of you. I really do appreciate it. Like I always said, I don't really care. People are watching it, I don't make it anyway, and you can see that. Like I started in 2016, like a year later I still had 15 subscribers, and yeah, I didn't really care. And yeah, I always wanted to make videos and reviews that had something other people didn't, like looking at a game a year after release, looking at the special editions of games, if they were worth it, because you never actually see reviews of that. Yeah, just stuff like that. And I also did another new thing last week, which was the Event Horizon rant video. And yeah, the intro that you saw there that was like meant as the MGM lion thing. Like my head movements and timing are the same as the lion, and the nya is a combination of ja and nee, which is a yes and no in Dutch. And that was a sound, just nya, that was a sound that Nico heard a lot and he wanted to have that as the intro. So I thought, you know what, let's just embarrass myself and do that. So as a thank you, here are some outtakes. Hoe moet ik dit doen? Ja. Ja. Oh, I hope you're liking this, Nico. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Another one. Yeah. 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 That's it. That's the one.